next to him, hasn't he? And he beat Carry the Flag on debut. Carry the Flag's the favourite here. 2 is Blake's Monarch. Bit of an outsider here, yet to win a race from 2 attempts. Let's give you a couple more. That is Orthodox for Clive Cox. He's won on debut. Nice type, actually. He did that win well as a well-supported favourite. And number 8, gosh, quite a heavy middle type. This is Musab. Wonder if he's got a little bit of fitness to work on still. A little bit porky around his belly, but he's nice and relaxed on his second race course up.
Well, a slice of British racing history could be made in this race, because if Simon and Ed Crisford win this with Social Symbol, it'll be the last Royal Ascot winner they will ever have as a pair. This could be emotional, couldn't it?
Well, we've got one in the next race too, Matt. So
yeah, I didn't fancy that one though.
No, nothing's emotional. We'll do our best, and hopefully he's improved a little bit since he ran really well at Ripon. Obviously, this is an altogether different test, and you know it's a much tougher assignment for him. But he's a small, neat horse, and he's quick. So we're hoping for a bit of luck in running.
Form of that Ripon race has worked out well, Ed, and Rabba Racing are going to be important.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, he's a straightforward horse. He's drawn well, and you know, I think if he improves a bit, he could be in the mix for sure.
Simon, you'd have been pleased when you saw stall 18. It hasn't been ideal, has it, this week?
Let me say, no one's blaming the clerk of the course. Are
you backtracking now?
No, he does a brilliant job. You know, and we had natural rainfall the week leading into the Royal Meeting. So absolutely no one's suggesting that the clerk of course could have done anything else. But the nature of the track lends itself to a bias, probably something to do with the grandstand and the sunlight when it sets. What I would say is in 2-year-old races, the draw doesn't matter because there are only 5 in the race that have got a chance. The others haven't. But in the older horse handicap races, everything's got a chance. And that's where the bias is really important. But it's nothing like so important in 2-year-old races.
Let's hope, lads, you're one of the 5 here. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you.
Carry the Flag is into 11-4. Some bookmakers calling 5-2, 7-1 Orthodox. More each way support for Fanshell Beach. 7-1, 10-1 Bar.
Just Easy Tina just coming past us, the American filly there, number 19, and she is ginormous. Look at the power in her hindquarters. I'll be surprised if she's not the biggest horse in the field. And as I say that, coming down, we've got another American horse. This is Fanshell Beach just coming down as well. Fanshell Beach should be coming out of 11. Easy Tina coming out of 3. So this is going to be really, really interesting because all the jockeys telling me that there's no bias. He said it's just because the pace has all been stand side. But there is a lot of pace on the low numbers as well, Ed.
It was an interesting interview that with Matt and Simon Crisford, the dad in particular, because those were strong comments he said yesterday. To quote him, he said, the bias here at Ascot has been shocking, you've got to be drawn high, la-di-da-di-da, and basically said when owners have paid all that money, they deserve a fair track.
Yeah, but like Adele just said to me, it's always been that way. Maybe not always been that way, but when you look through the stats of previous years, high draws down the straight have come to the fore.
It's forever. I think for as long as I know, high draws have always been favoured at Ascot, and it's always been said because of the shadow from the stands, and I don't know, it's no different. I think just because last year we got lucky that we had quite a few low numbers win, but
and also, what are you meant to do about it? Start selective watering? I've spent a lot of time at the Melbourne Cup Carnival there, and they've tried to do that, and you end up causing more problems because again, then get certain lanes appearing and disagreements over where more water should have been put and less. I think nature has got to play a part.
Last call for the ITV7. If you want to try and win £500,000, get that entry in. Flee to Prey. If you're 18 or over, will you put the favourite in? Carry the Flag. Do you look to No Nay Never here, Jason, who himself won this in 2013, broke the record, didn't he, that day and well represented here as a dad.
Yeah, his offspring have been absolutely flying so far at the meeting. They obviously sit incredibly well under these sort of conditions. Amazing, and listening to Chris as well, Chris Nichols, who has done an amazing job.
You've backed him since the first minute.
Yeah, just a bit of wear and tear on the track, and we've had winners down in those low numbers. I'm fascinated to see how Easy Tina gets on from stall number 3. She's a big, powerful type. Let's see where her jockey goes.
It's going to be absolutely fascinating. I couldn't agree with more here. Here she comes, just coming past us, Jace. She's got a ring bit on. Obviously, a lot of the American horses wear blinkers. But she just looks, just by the way she is, she looks a powerhouse. She looks a very, very fast racehorse. So it's, whoever is on that side is definitely going to get a lead. You can see all the horses now just coming forward. And interesting, if you see horse number 2, who's just about to go in there, you see the stalls handler this side. That is 1991 Gold Cup winning jockey Mark Pittman, who is working on the stalls. We'll grab a word with him later. Let's go and join Brian.
Luke, £25,000 bet down here with Star Sports at 3-1. Hence you can see it's 11-4 and some bookmakers calling 5-2. 25 grand at 3-1, and the other bet of substance was 5 grand at 12-1. The Fan Shell Beach, 5 grand at 12-1. He's now only 6-1.
Moving forward into the high draw. Underdog Safi Osborne, who had such a difficult day yesterday, will be looking for a change of luck. Still plenty to come forward in the opener. New birth for this race today. The world is watching, particularly America watching today, and this is one of the races with automatic winning you're in for the Breeders' Cup in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Sprint.
And she's very impressive looking, isn't she, Easy Tina? And we're used to the Wesley Ward horses breaking well and going forward, but they're drawn fairly well spread across the track, so that could inject some important pace angles and give everyone a bit more of a fair shot. But we'd get drawn to the horses that have won on debut or won in their career, but one that hasn't, Savage Mariner, I was interested in. Drawn 20, which I think is good, Tom Marquand on, and second to Libertango on debut. Libertango won here yesterday in the Albany, so form lines wherever you look. Back to you, Luke.
Just Easy Tina, just slight concern. She's obviously going in stall 3 over there. I think it's because she's so large. She was just a little bit intimidated when she first went in, but she's slotted in now. She's absolutely fine.
Carry the flag 11-4, 11-2 Orthodox, Force Noir 13-2, Fanchel Beach 7-1.
Any final thoughts here, Jason?
Well, with the American runners split 3-11-15, as Francesca was saying, and 3 girls, because Wesley says, like all school children, the girls are a little bit sharper than the boys.
Certainly on the ITV team, that is true. Last one's coming forward. The Victory 8 colours. First colours are Persian Spring. Jamie Spencer for Richard Hanna, who's won this race before. And number 12 is Savage Mariner, who Francesca expects to run well. All yours, Richard.
Carries flag a bit upset in the stall. Savage Mariner, and Savage Mariner walking in, we think may have lost a shoe on the walk in. Anyway, they're off and racing for the Norfolk, and out well Easy Teen Robe on the far side, also showing good dash. Blake's Monarch, and right up the centre through the years with Fanchel Beach as they race through the first furlong. They are wide across the course, led by the Americans. Through the years, Dark Colours racing on the stand side, being pursued by Force Noir. Orthodox carry the flags in that group as well, with Savage Mariner and Underdog. Up the centre, Fanchel Beach leads Flight Signal. The far side, Easy Tina has the advantage over there, being pursued at this stage by Where Love Lives, but it's Through the Years who has the lead from Fanchel Beach. Force Noir being ridden with Blake's Monarch. Carry the flag still with some work to do. Easy Tina on the near side. El Floridita is making good ground. Agamemnon from a long way back, but it's Fanchel Beach who has the lead for James McDonald. Orthodox is beginning to close. El Floridita, Easy Tina, Social Symbol from a long way back is trying to stay on as well. Orthodox and Fanchel Beach, but it's Orthodox who has gone to the lead for Ross Orion and Clive Cox, and it's Orthodox who'll lead over El Floridita. Musab late on the scene with Social Symbol, 3rd and 4th. The Americans ran on a puff. Fanchel Beach, Easy Tina, Agamemnon. Mr. McCartney was next across the line. Then Sovereign Glory, who never really showed. Flight signal dropped away, carry the flag, never seen with a chance. Likewise, New Yorker and Savage Mariner, orthodox, has blitzed these. The son of Havana Grey in the J. Goddard colours. Big run El Floridita, immediately recouping some of the 100 grand that he cost on Monday. Musab and Social Symbol were the two that closed off from well back, as the pace set by Fanshell Beach and Easy Tina did not hold up. Orthodox wins for Ross Ryan and Clive Cox. 9-2, a lot of late support for Orthodox, and it was landed. He's hard to pull up as well, one of the most impressive 2-year-old victories of the week.
Oh, that was very good. Well backed as well. So clearly no surprise to Mr. Goddard, the owner, Clive Cox, who wins the Norfolk for a second time. Adele, purple cap. Ross is making his move, and in the end is absolutely bolted up.
Oh, what a performance by this lad. He come via Salisbury. That seems to be a track that Clive seems to like using with his juveniles, and kind of uses them before he comes to the big meetings, and they seem to learn plenty from it. But my word, he just absolutely powers home. That was quite the performance.
And the Harper family would be thrilled about this. This is a big one for Whitesbury Manor, a Havana Grey.
Visually, it was quite fun to watch, wasn't it? Like, as we predicted, the 3 Wesley Ward horses with those really distinguishable blinkers out in front. Estina on the far side. You had Fanshell Beach up the middle and through the years on the stand side, but giving everybody an opportunity, really spreading out the field, because they have gone quick. The American runners are coming to the end of their runs, and then Orthodox is able just to pick up off the back of a strong tempo and power home. That's 2 wins from 2 starts now for him, and a very satisfying victory for the stable. While we wait for the jockey interview, let's just spin back to Luke and see what happened at the start.
Yeah, you might not have noticed, but as Savage Mariner was going into stall 20, they're just going now, the stalls, she stood on herself, and that's the impact. Look at the twist on that shoe. The starter had no choice. She was literally virtually into the stalls when she stood on herself, but that just shows you the force. And being a front shoe, it might have made a difference.
Yeah, that's not ideal, is it? Pulling a shoe off at the start. They can still win without a shoe, but especially at this grade, you need every advantage.
Where do you need to be? Where do you need to be?
No idea, because they all shun the
stage. The jockeys have decided to come down the centre. From stall number 16, the market spoke in that horse's favour.
Simon Christopher said yesterday, all the
market spoke in this horse's favour at Salisbury, so they knew what to expect. And today was a bit of a plunge as well, wasn't it?
Yes. And Clive Cox will enjoy this. The damn heartwarming half-sister. Do you remember Heartache? Must be nearly 10 years ago, that. Winning the Queen Mary here at Royal Ascot. Great family. And for Whitesbury, huge. With Havana Grey and taking their time to come back. That was very impressive, Jason.
Yeah, and look, who's
impressed you most of all the 2-year-olds we've seen this week?
That was pretty good, though, no?
Oh, yeah, look, he's come through with an electric change of gear, hasn't he? And, hey, there have been a few that have come from the back of the pack and all over the track now. Chris Stickles, he said you could win from anywhere, or the track was uniform, down the centre, no problem whatsoever. All the jockeys decided that the stand rail wasn't the place to be.
But I think what was more impressive is that those that tried to follow the American horses, they were literally waving their white flags for a good while, and this lad just seemed to keep finding and finding and finding and finding, and then was even better towards the finish.
Has he finally made it to Rishi?
Yeah, an extraordinary amount of time to pull up. I'll ask Rosser about that. But Orthodox, Clive Cox is here as well, and just overseeing proceedings. He's just having his photo, just trying to stay out of the way myself. Just do a little turn and never wander back in. Clive, I know you probably want me to leave you to Matt Chapman, so I will do that. But in the meantime, I will have a word with Rosser, if that's okay. I'll just jump in. Rosser, how impressed were you with that performance?
Very. I've been lucky. I've ridden good colts like Persian Force in the past, and Go Bears Go. We were never too far away in these sort of races, and yeah, this lad got me excited, and I think got everyone excited. And he went to Salisbury Green, and he still is, like, he's still learning, and he's as laid back as they come. But God, when I sat into him 2 down, I was just thinking, watch this. And once I opened him up, he just really dropped down and galloped for me. And he's a nice colt, that's for sure.
I saw the body language and the little fist pump as you crossed the line. That seemed to be quite an enjoyable one.
Yeah, like, look, I've been very fortunate this week. I've ridden 2 winners now for 2 people who are massive supporters of mine, and I've been with Clive for a good while, and we've had a good few near misses where we've come to Ascot with horses we thought would nearly hit, and they have just come up short, and luckily we found a nice one, and it's done the job.
We'll let you go and celebrate. Well done.
And Clive Cox, away on the right there, the trainer, has done it for so long, so successfully. This is his 10th Royal Ascot win. His first was New Seeker in the Britannia of 2003. Brilliant with horses over this type of trip, and we just blocked off by the horse's head, but that's Amy Dickens leading up the winner. Well done, Amy. Amy has a knack at Royal Ascot. She has led up, now the winner here in Orthodox. She's had Profitable, she's had Tis Marvellous. And do you remember Nando Parado?
Wow, winning first time out, 125 to 1.
We've got 150 to 1 second here, Jason. Another Havana Grey as well.
Well, listen, and Clive, a mention about when they go to the sales. There was a lovely article on him leading into this week saying about, not using agents and other people. He's got a tried and tested model. He goes, he puts his hand up, he does all the inspecting, and it's a model that works.
He trains with the king of paddle, Jay Frankham. Hope you're watching, Johnny Frankham, as here comes the winner of the Norfolk. For the Goddard family, they're here, Jason and Jan, Ben and Jordan, the kids are too. They've won the Norfolk with Orthodox.
You may remember those colours from the likes of Supremacy. Of course, is now a sire. As Ed's mentioned, a 1-2 for Havana Grey. 175,000 as a foal. And then led out unsold at Goff's Orby Book 1. But Clive Cox, as you've heard, was on hand. He negotiated a private sale for 180 grand, and that's probably because of the damn heartwarming. A race for Hot to Trot, who leased their fillies. Remember, Heartache won the Queen Mary for them and Clive. 9-2, SP are the winner. Some big prices in the frame as the pace rather collapsed after the Americans. Number 4, El Floridita, 150 to 1. Musab was third at 66s. If you managed to get a 4th place, Social Symbol it was at 33 to 1. A big day for Clive Cox and Ross Orion, and for the sire, Havana Grey. An impressive winner, Ruby.
He was an impressive winner, Richard, and you're right. After the pace collapsed from those on the front end, they went really hard here. The 3 American horses came to the fore, and they were stand side, middle and far side when we picked them up. Johnny Velasquez in the navy. There's Ross Orion, who drops off it. Johnny Velasquez in the navy, James MacDonald in the green, and Juan Hernandez on the far side in the 11. They ran 13.36 for the first furlong, and then they broke 11 for the next 2. 10.68, 10.92, 11.90 was the 4th furlong. And look at all the horses in front of Rossa. Only the red beside him finish in the first 4. William Buick and Colin Keane. William Buick in the green and yellow at the very back of your shot. Colin Keane in the green cap in the middle of your shot. They're the 2 that come forward. It's hard to believe that the horse in front, as Ross Orion grabs a hold of Orthodox, is not going to finish in the first 4. They just went too hard. J. Mac, Juan Hernandez and Johnny Velasquez, and the horse at the back have run over the top of them. A really good winner, well judged right from Ross Orion. When he gets a chance, he doesn't miss.
Another Royal Ascot winner for Clive Cox. Number 10 on the board. Won it before with Reckless Abandon, who was a really good horse. This Orthodox looks like a really good horse, Clive.
I'm so proud of him and the team at home and everything. And Rosso especially, who's played a big part in the mornings as well. But listen, he won at Salisbury, and that was exciting, but we were only scratching the surface. And then since then, he's just surprised me the way he's gone with older horses. He's been amazing, and he's just really, really special.
Clive, there are clues in all of this. For us punters watching in Salisbury, if you have one win well at Salisbury, it's often a track you send a good one. That's pretty right?
Well, to be fair, Jeremy does a good job with the ground there, and it's not far from home. It makes sense for these babies. It's a wonderful nursery to get them going, but I would say this horse is pretty special, and I think his auntie Heartache won the Queen Mary here for us. That was a special day, but this fella's the next level.
pedigree and everything about him suggests sprinting. Obviously, he's stayed on strongly here, with the American setting you a burning type of pace. Are we looking long-term at sort of Commonwealth Cups rather than stretching out?
Yeah, he'll go to 6 furlongs. I don't think that's a problem. And, you know, Reckless Abandon went from here to the Robert Papin, which was 5.5 in the old days, but that's 6 now. So the 5 furlong options tend to dry up a little bit. I think he'll get 6 quite cosily. But he's just so talented and he's so fast. And as I say, his work at home is, I thought the guys riding the Lees horses were getting it wrong a few times, but clearly not.
Yeah. So it sounds like pre-Robert Papin and then hopefully maybe Middle Park later in the season if everything's gone well.
Yeah, I think when he proves it, I think 6 will be within his compass very easily. He's just a really, really nice horse. And Kevin Harris, who rides him at home, everyone's been so instrumental in this horse's development. As I say, he was really raw the first time he went to Salisbury, but he's come forward so well since then. And I'm proud of everyone, especially the horse.
And the old landlord, John Franken, will be happy as well.
Yeah, John will be happy, I hope. Yeah, it's well, the whole team, and it's just a wonderful feeling, and the Harpers as well. I mean, the whole family is the Harper family, and they've been extremely supportive, and we've had some wonderful horses for them.
10 Royal Ascot winners up, Clive. Congratulations, smashed it.
Jason Goddard, the owner, he was very lucky with Supremacy, but I think you know, fingers crossed this fella's going to replicate at least what he did.
We can feel the excitement for this horse, can't we? He likes him.
Well, here he is, Orthodox, who took an age to pull up. Jason wondered if he looked a bit like a spooky sort as he came back in. I think he looks really alert. Look at those ears, the eyes, taking everything in. He's not too worried about my floaty dress next to him. He's had a lovely wash down. He'll go back and walk around until he stops blowing, and then taken home and hopefully get an extra serve of carrots or apples or polos, who knows. Let's go back to Mark and Charlotte.
Hello there, we are here in the Queen, and do you know what? I can't believe it's our last day. Where has that week
It has gone so quickly. I've had the most incredible time.
It's been magical.
Best job in the world. Best job in the world.
I mean,
look at this.
Haven't we?
Oh, hello. Honestly, you all look amazing, can I just say? Come over here, come over here. So, do you come to ASCOT, Royal Ascot each year?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Charles III. These were all run on good to firm ground. This was all about speed. He did it in the handicap. This was like the Wesley Ward of old, going back, what was it, God, 16, 17 years ago when he burst on the scene with Strike the Tiger et al. That was quite something special to watch.
Well, we now move on to race 2. This is the Hardwicke Stakes. It's run over 1.5 miles. It is officially a Group 2 race. There are very strong arguments that this could be the very best Group 2 race that we have ever seen. They are the winners of 75 races between them and over £17 million in prize money. Heading to 12, number 1, Amilock, Ross Orion, looking for a quick-fire double, and was the winner of the King Edward VII Stakes here at this meeting last year. Number 2, Best Secret, trained in France by Stéphane Vattel, winner at Longchamp of a Group 3 on his comeback run. James Doyle will be in the saddle. 3, Ethical Diamond for Willie Mullins, winner of the Duke of Edinburgh Stakes here at this meeting last year, went on to win the Ebor and then the Breeders' Cup Turf at Delmar. Dylan Brown McMonagall will be in the saddle. Number 4 is Giovanotto for Marco Botti and Oisin Murphy, the winner of the Group 3 September Stakes at Kempton Park last autumn, and also a winner in Hong Kong in Group 1 company in 2024. Goliath is number 5. He's already won the Grand Prix de Chantilly this year for Francis-Henri Graffard. Christophe Soumillon is in the saddle. Number 6 is Jan Bruegel, the winner of the Ormond Stakes earlier on in the season at Chester. Ryan Moore looking for a 7th win in this race. Number 7, last year's Derby winner Lambourne. Aidan O'Brien has sent out the winner of this race on 4 occasions. It's Wayne Lawden who'll be aboard Lambourne today. Number 8 is Phantom Flight for George Scott and Billy Loughnane, winner twice in Bahrain already this year, including their Group 3 King's Cup. Number 9 is Sons and Lovers for Joseph O'Brien, a winner in Saudi Arabian Group 2 company earlier on in the season. Pierre-Charles Boudot comes in for the ride. Number 10 is West Wind Blows for Simon and Ed Crisford, was runner-up in this race back in 2023 William Buick has ridden the winner of this race on 2 occasions. Number 11, the very exciting mare Kalpana, trained by Andrew Balding and Colin Keane in the colours of Juddmonte, twice the champion fillies and mare at the Kitco Champions Day. And number 12 is Santorini Star, Tom Marquand riding for William Haggis. This horse has the cheek pieces on for the first time today.
What a race we have in store for the Hardwicke. The 12 runners, 6 of them have won Group or Grade 1 races. The Derby winner, a Ledger winner, Coronation Cup winner, Breeders' Cup winner. Kalpana, the mare, is 5-2. The daughter of Study of Man. Jan Bruegel is 4-1. Goliath, 9-2. Best Secret, 8-1. Ethical Diamond is a 10-1 shot. Giovanotto, 14s. Amalok, 20-1. A Derby winner, Lambourne, 20-1 to win the Group 2 Hardwicke. West Wind Blows in the colours of Abdul Al Mansouri is a score 20-1. Along with number 12, Santorini Star for William Haggis. Number 8, Phantom Flight is 33-1. Along with Sons and Lovers, also double carpet, 33-1. But Kalpana at the moment is favourite 5-2. I'd imagine there will be changes. Hopefully the market will give us an indicator.
I've really been looking forward to showing you the horses for the Hardwicke, because we've got some gorgeous looking ones, some super talented ones that have won an absolute fortune in prize money. We'll start off with number 10, West Wind Blows. I'd actually quite like to see this lad win, because he's been placed many a times, just got a little bit sweaty, as you can see, on his neck, and it's kind of starting to drip off him, so he's free sweating, which is a bit of a shame, because he's actually behaving quite well. We'll drop back at Damo and try and spin through a few more. I'd love to show you Kalpana, because she is one of the confirmationally the best looking horse you can see, because she is absolutely foot perfect. She's got everything you want to see in a horse. Her ears are forward, she looks great. She has got a bit sweaty, but unfortunately it started to dry and kind of makes her look worse than what she is. So I'm not going to give her too many negatives yet. And just in behind her, Damo, if we can pick up number 9. Number 9 is Sons and Lovers. Quite a consistent horse, this lad. Even when he runs well in defeat, he's got a nice happy mouth snaffle on, got the cheek pieces on. Again, he looks like he's got a little bit warm. I think a few of the grooms have actually washed their horses off, so it kind of makes them look like they're sweating more than what they are, but he has got the foam underneath his saddle cloth, which suggests he has been sweating quite a bit. 2 is just in behind, Best Secret. I was wondering whether this lad was going to enjoy today's surface, because some of his best form is on soft ground. Nice and relaxed in the prelims. He's got a ring bit in, which has got the rubber surrounding it as well. Got the red hood on, keeping him nice and calm. He's not too bad as of yet. 3 is just in behind. This is Ethical Diamond. Wow, what a big winner that he was over in the Breeders' Cup for Willie Mullings. He looks really, really well, actually, ahead of today. He hasn't even turned a hair. He looks great in his coat, nice and relaxed. He has also got the ring bit on and a cross noseband as well to go with it. Lots of positives about him. 5 is just in behind. We'll pick up the Goliath. I know a lot of people are wondering why he's walking the way he does. It looks quite funny, doesn't it? He's got something called string hold, which makes them snatch their leg up. Some horses do it when they walk, and then they don't do it when they trot or canter. But he looks really well in himself, doesn't he? He's got a great shine on his coat. Nice and relaxed. Starting to get a little bit warm. Nothing, I think, to worry about as of yet. And then if we can just pick up behind Damo one more. One of Aidan's horses. Which one is this? This is Jan Bruegel. He actually got quite sweaty when he ran down at Epsom. You can see they've washed him off and tried to keep him as cool as possible. He is starting to sweat up again, but he isn't doing anything wrong. We'll just have to keep an eye on him, see what he's like down at the start. Hopefully Luke will fill us in on that.
Well, Andrew Balding's got Kalpana, Barry Martin, the racing manager for Juddmonte Farms. Have a very quick word, Andrew. She finished 3rd in the Ribblesdale on Good to Firm, but ultimately most of us would feel your horse is very good with a bit of juice. Are you worried about the ground at all today?
Well, it was obviously we were concerned that if it dried up again from yesterday, but Chris Stickles walked the track early this morning. They put on 5 mils overnight, and he felt that it was as safe and as appropriate it could be for these conditions. I mean, she was second in the King George. It was sort of on the quicker side that day. So, as you rightly say, she's got very, very strong form on soft ground. But, good horses can go on anything, can't they?
Did she come on a bundle for her first run?
Well, she would be entitled to. She was very heavy going into that race, and she was 4 kilos lighter this morning. So I hope so, but it's a Group 1 in all but name. It's some very good horses in opposition, and just hope she runs a race.
Great to see Jumpmont playing at the top table. Good luck.
A Group 1 in all but name, but Kalpana is a Group 1 filly. Now, she did have her first start this season at York and broke like a bullet under Colin Keane on this occasion. Now, she is drawn and stalled 2 today, so she will need to brake sharply again to get herself into a decent position. West Wind Blows took over on her outside under William Buick, and Campana dropped back towards the back of the field. Only 5 runners dropped to last. She will be mid-division, but she did show a turn of foot here, which suggests she can get herself out of a pocket if she has to, because when the gap opens here just outside West Wind Blows, she shot through it and was probably in front a lot sooner than Colin Keane anticipated. And as Andrew Balding was just saying, that was her first run of the season. She got a bit tired in the last furlong, and West Wind Blows got closer to her, but she will be fitter. But crucially, she has the boot to get herself out of a pocket if she's in one.
Just over there, one of the stalls handlers, that's Kev, and Kev actually rides orthodox most days at home at Clive Cox's, and he said that he used to ride Harry Angel, and he said he's the best horse he sat on since Harry Angel. So they are multi-talented, these stalls handlers. Here we've just got coming down here the Derby winner. There is Lambourne, got those cheek pieces on now. He's still a nice big looking horse, just getting a bit warm behind the saddle. Here comes Ryan Moore on Jan Bruegel. Again, he's just getting a bit warm. Quite often you can't put to the pigeonhole them, but quite often the Ballydoyle horses do get a bit warm, but they still look great.
Right, selections. Jason Weaver.
Yeah, last season's Arc de Triomphe fourth for me, which will be Giavolotto, and I don't think that the ground conditions were ideal for him, but he's well travelled, Ed, and these are his ideal conditions. And we've been talking about the jockeys, and we've heard a lot about all these world-class riders throughout the week. Let's see if that man, our multiple champion, can get on the score sheet.
And Adele, in the paddock, I mean, those were strong words about Kalpana. He basically described her as almost perfect.
She is. She's actually, conformationally, one of the most perfect horses you could possibly look at. We always look at the way that their muscles lie, the way their shoulders slope. She is one of the most perfect looking horses you could possibly ever get. Everything swoops in the right places. Every angle is right with her. She walks brilliantly. She's just super duper to look at.
You're a big fan. Are the punters big fans of Kalpana in the market, Brian?
Ed, one punter has gone in here and had 30,000 at 5-2 on Kalpana to win 75 large. Consequent now it's 9-4, 2 1/4 to 1, and some bookmakers calling Bottle 2 1, 7-2 from 4 1. Goliath also well supported, very easy to back. I'd say friendless is Jan Bruegel, 9-2 to 6 1, and each way support for Edigal Diamond, 10-1 to 17-2.
And what's amazing when you look at that betting board is that Lambourne isn't even on there. Last year's dual Derby hero, Lambourne, is not even on there. You heard Brian saying how this is like a Group 1 in terms of grade. It's a Group 2 in name, but you can make a case for so many of them. Kalpana, she's all class. Santorini Star, she's super relaxed, dropping down in trip. Best Secret has been quite highly talked up. Amelot was brilliant last year. Can he bounce back from a disappointing reappearance? Ethical Diamond, the Breeders' Cup winner. Goodness me, there is class and quality throughout this field.
Phantom Flight on the far side. West Wind Blows for the Crisfords moving forward. Amelot's a very big price. As you say, being written off coming in to shot here. Has he got a chance?
Absolutely. He's much, much better than his return at York. I don't know, the team were out of form, you could say that, but yeah, he's better than that performance. Let's give him another roll of the dice.
Yeah, I agree. The Beckett's had a tough week so far. Might that change? Mark.
So this Group 2 race, the Hardwicke Stakes, sees a top-quality 12-strong field in the gate, and they're off. Racing over 1.5 miles. Santorini Star has to be ridden away from the stalls. Going forward on the outside is Sons and Lovers, and on the inside Kalpana, and also Wayne Lorden has got Lambourne rolling towards the inside rail, and Lambourne now has taken the lead to Kalpana, who races in second, and then on the outside Sons and Lovers is in third. Jan Bruegel is against the inside rail in fourth place in the slipstream of his stablemate. On that one's outside is Giavolotto. Santorini Star is going to go 4 wide as they race down to towards the turn at Swinley Bottom. She's now just gone around the outside of West Wind Blows. Then Best Secret racing on the inside rail alongside Phantom Flight. There's then a break of a couple of lengths to Ethical Diamond, a further 2 lengths back to Goliath, and it is Amiloch who's at the back of the field. He's racing at the moment 8 lengths off the leader, who is Lambourne. Lambourne is out in front by just a length now to West Wind Blows, moving up on the outside in second. Still very wide on the course is Santorini Star, but now moving through to shade third with Kalpana, and on the inside rail Jan Bruegel. Next in the field is Sons and Lovers, who continues to be shuffled back in the field, with on the inside Giavolotto. After Giavolotto, Best Secret, who's alongside Phantom Flight, as now they begin to make the climb up the hill. Ethical Diamond is also trying to make a bit of ground out wide. Goliath now is last but one, and Amiloch is the back marker in the Hardwicke Stakes field, and now they're racing on through the halfway point, and still pouring it on in front, it is Lambourne. Lambourne has got the lead. His lead now is only a neck to West Wind Blows, who races in second. Kalpana swinging on the bit in a share of third, driven on the outside Santorini Star. Jan Bruegel is off the bit. He's now been ridden along. So too Sons and Lovers. Then Giavolotto to the inside rail. Best Secret will need luck from there. He's right on the rail. Ethical Diamond, 3 wide though, is getting a clear run into the race. They're followed then by Phantom Flight. Nothing yet from Goliath or from Amiloch, as the field now race on towards the final 2.5 furlongs, and Kalpana now breezes into the lead. On the inside, West Wind Blows. On the outside, Giavolotto. Sons and Lovers. Goliath staying on, and also wide is Ethical Diamond. Kalpana now ridden clear by only a length to Goliath on the near side. Between horses, Giavolotto. Jan Bruegel stays on into fourth. 3 in line, 100 yards to go. Kalpana and Giavolotto. These two in a thriller, head to head, toe to toe. Which way did it go? Giavolotto on the near side, Kalpana on the far side. The rider of Goliath, Christophe Soumillon, lost his irons very, very close to the finish, but did get third. At the line, it will be Giavolotto for Marco Botti and for Oisin Murphy. Oisin has had to wait all week, but finally he's got a big win here in what was a thrilling finish. And he's beaten just Kalpana in second, and then without his irons, Christophe Soumillon and Goliath back in third place. And it's a 9-1 win for Giavolotto, winner of the September Stakes last autumn in Kempton Park, and the winner of the 2024 Hong Kong Vase. That was his Group 1 win. He's got a big Group 2 now.
Oisin Murphy's had to wait. It had been a painful week until this moment, and that looked painful for poor old Christophe Soumillon. He's had a really tough week. It looked like the saddle slipped for him in third in the end. Adele, we pick it up. What a battle this was. Kalpana in the pink cap. Yeah. Here comes Giavolotto.
Yeah, Giavolotto, and he's so much bigger than her as well, isn't it? I knew when he kind of swooped up sides, I was thinking, come on, girl, keep going. But he's beat her before, hasn't he? But she's ran an absolute blinder against the boys. I thought she's kind of always a little bit better in the fillies, but then you see Christophe having to kick his feet out.
Pretty sure his right foot was the one that went, and so he's done incredibly well to keep the balance intact. You'll see it from here. He's coming up, he comes up around the outside of Sons and Lovers, and he gets them tight. Then all of a sudden, keep watching the right side leg, and we will sit there.
Do you think his pin's come out?
So it's either the pin has come out, the leather has snapped, the iron has broke, or the most simple thing is that his toe has slipped out. But I would imagine this is an excellent view. So we're looking at the horse on the outside and the blue and black hoops, and he's got his toe.
Oh, his toe fell out.
I think they actually have clipped together, haven't they? And it's Oisin Murphy is kicking with his left leg, and just when he is kicked back, he's knocked his foot out of the iron.
Is that how you saw it, Ruby?
It was definitely Christophe's right toe that comes out of the stirrup. Whether Oisin's knocked it out, I'd be surprised if he lost his balance. So maybe it is the contact that knocks it out. And we'll play it again and we'll have a look. I wasn't so sure the first time that it was Oisin that knocked it out. I thought Christophe's foot just fell out. They're getting closer, closer. No, he just falls out. Christophe Soumillon's foot falls out. He loses his own balance.
Just hold for the photo. Just stop there. Well, here we are, Oisin Murphy, that Royal Ascot winner, finally bagged this week, and Giovanotto, what a horse, what a race. We've seen some terrific finishes, and this is as good as it gets here at Ascot. We'll do a little turn and we'll wander in. Oisin, fabulous race. Really enjoyed every moment of watching that. But what was it like? The way the race unfolded, everybody seemed to be travelling well. There was a strong pace. How confident were you?
I couldn't believe he was so big, Rishi, in the betting. I thought he'd be a shorter price. He's brilliant fresh. He's a Group 1 winner in Hong Kong already, and it's great that he's won the Hardwicke.
Now, tell me about the way the race unfolded, because obviously Kalpana is a high-class horse. She quickened up really well. Did you think you would get Colin?
Yeah, I did. I didn't really go for him. And yeah, it's great. Rishi, it's my first winner of the week, and when I spoke to His Majesty the King before the first race, he said, "You haven't been on the score sheet this week, but keep going." So I'm glad it finally happened.
How much does that play on your mind during the week?
I had one hard luck story on Friendly Soul where she got knocked over coming out of the gate. She might have won, probably should have won, Rishi, but the others have had no excuse, so we keep going.
Oisin, well done. More chances, and incredible to think that this was considered a cup horse at one point, and now here he is, as good a Group 2 performance as we've seen over a mile and a half.
So right, Rishi. He's a horse who doesn't seem to get the credit he deserves. Probably price reflects that today as well. And what is such an international day, in particular this, an international global meeting, one for Italy this really, isn't it, with the trainer Marco Botti, the Italian training in Newmarket, and the owners, Francesca, I will say it so badly.
Scuderia Latesa Limited and Via Bav Shah, and that's Arjayan on the right there, who I think was responsible for buying into the horse. And perhaps it's because he's a 7-year-old now that he's considered a little bit unsexy. We're always looking for something a bit younger, a bit more exciting, but he's really taken time to reach full maturity, and now that he is very strong indeed, and I like the puff out of the cheeks from Oisin Murphy. Relief.
Up over 4 million in win and place prize money now for him alone. Obviously the big win over in Sha Tin. He tried to go back there earlier on this campaign and ran an absolute stormer in third, but his ideal conditions, he got a smooth run round, didn't he? Beautifully positioned by the champ.
Yeah, in a race where there were a few that would probably want to have another go at it. Santorini Star ended up being caught very wide, Amalok out the back, etc. A race that we can watch plenty of time. So let's go back to Matt and find out what happened to Christophe Soumillon.
Well, Christophe Soumillon had given Goliath a beautiful ride from off the base, Christophe, but what happened in those closing stages?
I was trying to come beside Oisin easily, because my horse likes to feel he's comfortable. And when I try to put my feet backwards to squeeze him with my heels, my stirrup just get blocked with my girth, and my feet go backwards and I lose my iron on the right side.
You didn't feel at all that maybe Oisin's leg moving backwards and forwards knocked you at all, or it was just purely you?
No, it's nobody's fault. The only thing, I couldn't imagine it gonna happen at that point of the race. I wasn't moving on him. I thought it would be hard to win the race because I couldn't take a head in front of Oisin, but I was fighting with them, so I think it's gonna be a close call. But yeah, when you lost it like this, especially I was not expecting it. I nearly lose balance. I'm happy and lucky to stay on him.
And your horse is kind of likes to win sexy almost, like he likes that confidence in him. Do you feel if you'd really had time to get stuck into him, he would have found any more, or he'd given his all?
No, he gave me nearly everything today. Unfortunately, I was probably 1 or 2 positions too far back because of my draw. If I was drawn 4 or 5, I think I will ride him more positively. But he needs a cover. He likes to come on the horses on the bridle like he does all the time. And we always know he hangs right when he comes in the last 200 yards. And he did a little bit, but yeah, unfortunately I lose my iron head.
Great explanation, thank you.
Afternoon is Jolly Star.
The Australians are unbearable in a sporting sense.
The great Australian sprinter.
They feel they have the best sprinters in the world.
Jolly Star, well, she is a star. She's at the peak of her powers.
Talk is one thing, but to travel halfway across the world and do it on the biggest stage is a challenge.
The Aussie's going to do it. What a famous victory.
What makes the International Challenge at Royal Ascot so captivating for us, the fans, is the unknown. We're mixing form lines, running on a different track to what they're used to, and trying to work out which ones will adapt the best to the challenge of Ascot. The Australians are unbearable most of the time in a sporting sense, and when they come into Britain, you know, they're coming in with their chests out, whether it's the environment that they're bred in, their racing program, their climate, you know, whatever it is, they feel they have the best sprinters in the world. The Australians look to be bringing an exceptionally strong team of sprinters to the Royal Meeting this season, and top of the pecking order, you'd have to say, looks to be Jolie Starr.
Jolie Starr's, well, she's well named. She is a star. She's got this amazing race winning record at the moment. She's won all the best sprint races here in Australia.
Trained by Chris Waller, owned by Cambridge Stud, Sir Brendan, Lady Joe Lindsay, the most decorated stud in New Zealand, and to be ridden by New Zealand's most decorated son, in jockey terms, James MacDonald. To me, this mare sounds more like a Kiwi than an Aussie.
We feel like we're the racing All Blacks at the moment.
And look, she looks a very, very formidable prospect.
She's won a Group 1 over a mile. The 6 furlongs at Ascot is just going to be, you'd think, tailor-made for her, especially that last furlong. She's at the peak of her powers. She's a 5-year-old, well-matured, ready to travel, and she is trained by an absolute master.
We're very fortunate to have a horse that can actually go to Ascot.
The travel, you know, when you sort of think about putting a horse on a plane for 30 hours, but he explained to us, look, horses travel fine, they're used to standing up, they get looked after. And it's just too big of an opportunity to come from Australia and be part of all this, to turn it down.
The most exciting thing is getting to the races on race day and watching her win.
Jolie Starr in front of Giga Kick, and she does it again, Jolie Starr. 5 Group 1s. Jolie Starr, what a marvel.
You know, it's an adventure, all right, and gosh, we can't wait to get on the plane and start the adventure. You know, life's about making new memories. This is going to be a new memory that Joe and I can make together. This is next level stuff compared to what we're used to.
She's off to Royal Ascot now.
8 international runners representing 5 countries up against the domestic challenge, which has often fallen short. 340 is the QE2 Jubilee Stakes Group 1 contest over the straight 6 furlongs, 1200 metres, and they're headed by number 1 Almerac for Shadwell. Tom Marquand running for William Haggis in the blue and white, a winner on his return to action this season. Number 2 is a Ram who's made great progress at a handicaps, Zayed Galadari. Sean Levy rides for Richard Hanna. Number 3, the Irish Challenge begins with Comanche Brave, Pierre Charbut over Donica O'Brien. Number 4, Great Wish represents Denmark, and Bent Olsen with Kieran Schumacher in the saddle on number 4, Great Wish by Night of Thunder. It's having such a great time of things this week. Number 5 is Jasur, the grey for Clive Cox and Ross Orion, already on the mark today. Just tends to spoil his chance by pulling so hard, but he's by Havana Grey, like their winner in the first race. Number 6 is Carden. What an old character he is. He can miss the start, rattle home. He's won the race before. And Christophe Soumillon, we're hoping for rather better luck. It's been a pretty torrid week for the Belgians so far, running for Charlie Hills. Number 7, Kind of Blue. Nice return to action. Just getting run out of things last time, having travelled up well at York. James Fanshawe and William Buick. Wathman Racing second colours, the gold cap. Number 8 is Lake Forest. Kieran Fallon, another for the William Haggis yard. And in the colours of Tony Bloom and Ian McAlevey. Of course, they've been successful this week as well. Number 9 is Lugal, the first of the Japanese runner. Katsumi Sashishima riding in the saddle. Of course, Japan yet to have a winner at Royal Ascot. This horse was second in the Alcor Sprint at Medan. Number 10 is Overpass, who of course we saw here earlier in the week. Josh Parr picked up a pretty hefty suspension that day. Bjorn Baker is the trainer. The Derby Racing Syndicate's the owners. Number 11, Powerful Glory, doesn't go. Number 12, Regional. You won't find too many horses faster out of the stalls than Regional. Callum Rodriguez and Ed Bethel. He could make the frame at a massive price. Number 13 for France is Sajir Rashid Murphy, off the mark in our previous race with Giabalotto. Teams up with the son of Make Believe, who was a Grade 1 winner last year. Number 14 is Satono Rev, runner up to Lazat in this race 12 months ago, and the horse that arguably gives Japan their best chance of this breakthrough success. Ryan Moore is in the saddle. This time around, it was Joe Moreira last year, and Noriyuki Hori is the trainer of Satono Rev. Stolen Kiss, trained in France by Patrick Cotier. Alexis Pouchin is in the saddle, white with a red sash. And then we get on to the fillies. There are 4 of them, a mare to start with, to be precise. Flora Bermuda mustn't miss the start. When she gets out of the stalls okay, she's pretty good. James Doyle, Andrew Balding, and she carries the first Wathman colours with the red cap. Number 17 is the other Australian raider, Jolly Star. 3 from 3 so far this year, including a couple of Group 1s in our last 2 starts. James McDonald already twice on the mark this week for Chris Waller in the colours of the Cambridge stud. Number 18 is Saida Darian, a 4-year-old filly. Billy Lockman, who now needs to win 4 of the last 5 races if he's going to get past Ryan Moore. But nonetheless, it's been a great week for him. He teams up with Richard Hughes here. And number 19 is Time for Sandals. Richard Kingsford back from Hong Kong for this week. Harry Eustace, the trainer. Of course, the horse that won at Royal Ascot 12 months ago.
Oh yes, this Royal Ascot betting ring is vibrant. You have Rob Woodhouse and, of course, Warren Woodcock have joined forces, bookmakers, top bookmakers in Australia. What's Royal Ascot and Melbourne and Flemington like?
Well, it's great. They're all great, but probably, as I said, the money's a little bit better in Melbourne, just, you know, because they bet a little bigger. It's more of a social atmosphere here. But
in terms of average betting, give us an indication.
About $110 a ticket there as opposed to about £23 a ticket here.
110 versus, say, 40 in terms of currency.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Talk to us here. Jolly Star 7-4 favourite, Santona Rev 9-4, Lake Forest 7-1, Comanche Brave 16-1. The jab they want.
Don't forget Overpass, the other Australian.
Marco Carso on the Australian runner.
Look, Jolly Star is the best horse. There's no question. If they raced in Sydney, it would be about $1.85. But the problem is it traveled a long, long way, and I don't know how well it traveled. The rumor is that it might not have traveled as well as they hoped.
We didn't get that rumor now. Where did you get that from?
We also got that rumor on Kai Rising, and then they dropped the bomb on us when it just killed them in the Everest. So it could be wrong, but that's the rumor out there, and the Japanese horse is very good and was second last year.
That's interesting from Warren, the Australian bookmaker, hearing on the Bush Telegraph that the lady might not have travelled well from Australia.
That's true, but we're quite often wrong.
Well, I say seldom, I would think. Maybe it might be Japan, and they have Mr. Moore riding.
Exactly. Thank you, my friend.
Right, the jockeys are heading into the paddock, so let's spin you through as many as we can get through. This one is Lake Forest, one of 2 in the race for trainer William Haggis. Interestingly, Tom Marquand's chosen the stablemate. He wears the earplugs, he's being gelded. He's very talented, but he's not the most predictable. Now, in behind, this one looks fairly lively. It is Lugal from Japan. He's gorgeous looking, but he's pretty sweaty, and he nearly floored his handler minutes ago. Look, I'd keep an eye on him because I don't know what he's like normally, but this is quite lively. He was second in the Al Quasala's most recent start. He hasn't been to a racecourse for a while, actually. Number 1 is Al Marak. So this is the choice of Tom Marquand, the William Haggis stablemate. And look, he's got a lot of improving to do on bare form, but he looks really well, and I think there's some confidence behind the team. He's a big bull of a horse, isn't he? 5 is Just Saw. Look, I have struggled to keep the faith with him, and his recent form suggests that he's hard to tip. 19 next is Time for Sandals. She ran here on Tuesday. Didn't really trouble the judge that day. That was over 5. I think 6 might be more suitable for the Commonwealth Cup winner. 15 is Stolen Kiss, a French raider. Prolific winner, however in a lower grade. Looks well though. Couldn't knock it. Number 3 is Comanche Brave. Donica O'Brien trains. Pierre-Charles Boudot rides at this one. Good to see him back in action. He's a winner at the Curragh last time out. Again, not sure about him at this grade, but we get some surprises in Group 1 sprints, don't we? Number 4, very impressive individual. Look at this, it's Great Wish from Denmark. Now, he's probably got a bit of form to find, but he's lovely looking, isn't he? Wouldn't mind him in my paddock at home. And 12 is Regional. The 8-year-old Regional, second in the King Charles 2 years ago, third in the King Charles last year, and now he tries the 6 furlong version.
Well, here's an early look at Jolly Star. Chris Waller puts the jacket on. The trainer of champions winks Via Sestina Nature Strip. When Waller comes, we all listen. The champion of champions. Now, we spoke to James McDonald the other day. He said, look, Jolly Star's better than Asphora, but probably not quite a black caviar. Is that fair?
That's fair, Mr. Chapman. Yes.
No one's ever called me that.
She's got good Australian form, and she's in the pinnacle of her career. She's a 5-year-old. She's won her last 3 races. She's won down the straight before. She's won on good ground. So she's everything we want to bring when we bring a horse. She's just got to do it on the centre stage.
A strong stare at this trip?
Should be fine. She's won over a mile. She won the 1,000 Guineas as a 3-year-old filly, and she's won Group 1 races, I think, 12, 1,300, maybe even 1,400. So.
And Chris, running style, provided the horse comes out in a normal fashion, what would we expect?
Normal running style for my horses is just to get cover, relax, switch off, and be strong late. So I don't think it'll be much different. We've got James McDonald aboard, which takes a lot of weight off me. He's a world-class jockey. You see him week in, week out in Australia, but also performing on the big stage, whether it be here, Hong Kong, or other parts of the world. So that gives me great confidence, and we can leave that to him.
For our viewers who don't know, I mean, you are absolute world-class as a trainer. Do you come here today thinking, this is a real good opportunity for us?
It is, and to let you know, I am nervous. I feel it, and it's such a big stage. Like, this is the pinnacle. All the racing nations coming together. It's great to have Australian representation, not just Jolly Star. And for us, it's to prove how good Australia and New Zealand racing is. But we have to be at our very best. So the nerves are there. We're ready to go.
I'm glad I'm just putting you at ease, Chris.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
And Chris's mare was favourite. She's not anymore. You're looking at the new favourite for the Queen Elizabeth II July Stakes. That could change. Satono Rev, who's won 2 Group 1 second last year, and they're now joint favourites, 2-1 each of 2. How do you see the Japanese challenge, Ruby?
I like Satono Rev, Ed. I thought he did most things right last year. Joe Morara rode him, and he just ran into a really informed Lazat. Broke really well from a high stall, which he has again this time. Travelled really well for Joe. Jumped and got into an easy position. Settles. Lazat was in the middle of the track with James Doyle, but he was just straightforward. He showed a good turn of foot here. He quickens up out from behind Ryan Moore, and Ryan got a good look at him, and Ryan rides him today, but he just wasn't able to peg back Lazat. But they pulled a long way clear of the rest of them. Flora Bermuda had blown the start in the second Watman colours, getting over to the left of your shot, and came home really well. But he didn't miss by far last year, and they pulled a long way clear of the remainder. And I'd say the punchers are latching on to the right one, in my opinion anyway.
Right, that was last year. What's going to happen this time? Should we go down the card, team? People at home, I'm sure, will have a fancy. See what you think of them all. Should we start with number 1, the horse that had a fall last season, Al Marek? Jason.
Yeah, he was super impressive. A big handicap up at Ayr last summer, and you're right, he took the tumble, and then a real good win at Salisbury on his reappearance.
And he's the horse that Jim Crowley had the fall on at York. And Jim, we hope it's not too long before we see you back on a racecourse. But is it interesting that Tom Marquand's on this one and not Lake Forest?
Well, Lake Forest trip-wise, would this be his trip? He's usually campaigned over a bit further.
Adele, number 2 is a Ram for Richard Hannon, who won the Camage Trophy.
Yeah, he won the Camage. I thought he was impressive that day. Didn't really handle Newmarket, a little bit disappointing last time out, but he could bounce back. I thought he looked well in the paddock.
There's quite a buzz about the Greenlands winner, Jason, Comanche Brave. Apparently working really well for Donica.
He absolutely bolted up. Look, he went across, and Ka Ying Rising was far too good. I haven't seen an Irish sprinter impress me as much as he did last time.
We've been so rude, well, at least I have, about Irish sprinters the last few years, and then they went in and won the big sprint on Tuesday. Might Donica do it today? There's number 4. Who wants to talk about number 4? Great Wish, Francesca.
He's lovely looking. Look at him there. He's a big, imposing colt by Night of Thunder. He's listed race winner in Maidan. I think he probably needs to find another level of form, but this is a sprint race.
Number 5, Jason, is Jassor, 6th last year. He's always threatened.
He ran really, really well in this last year from the back of the pack. Now, we've seen Clive have a winner. If you wanted one at a massive price to try and sneak into the frame, he might just surprise a few as the girls shake their head.
You've said it before. Cardham's done it before, twice, Adele.
Yeah, he has, but he does need to kind of pick up on what he's already shown this year. I think a travel over to the USA seemed to revive him a little bit, but he does need to improve on what he's done this year.
The yellow cap, Jason, for Wathan is kind of blue.
Yeah, he looks like he's been trained for this. Was a beaten favourite on his return just recently. He's been prepped well, hasn't he?
Lake Forest, you with Lake Forest, your kind of horse in a race like this, Jason, being nicely backed?
He's a wonderful horse. I think the Geldon operation, his win, he was super impressive. Now, normally, look how quiet and calm he is there. He can have a bit of attitude and a bit of aggression about him. He looks great.
He's been second in the Commonwealth Cup, fifth in a Queen Anne. This is the other Japanese challenger as they look for their first ever win at Royal Ascot, Lugal.
Well, seeing him in the parade ring, I was quite concerned about him. He was quite boisterous, very sweaty, hasn't been seen on a racecourse since finishing second in the Alquoz. A few too many negatives about him.
How do you think Overpass came out of Tuesday's run?
I think Overpass has come out of it well. They're happy to run again, and actually, based on Australian form, this is more his trip.
Horse number 12 is Regional, who's won a Sprint Cup, a Group 1, Adele.
Yeah, not from 9 since, but I did think he ran a blinder at York last time out, so that hopefully will have put him spot on for today.
Jason, plenty of people fancy the French raider, André Fabre.
Yeah,
his last winner here was the Jersey a long time ago.
Oh, the Morris de Geest winner, over 6.5 under quick conditions. Oisin actually gets a really good tune out of him. He might be underestimated a little bit. I think around 16s could be an each-way play.
There's Satono Rev, who we have talked about. Will the favourites flip-flop again before the off? Number 15 is Patrice Cottier's Stolen Kiss, Adele.
Yeah, big improver this year. I thought it was a good-looking type when I seen him in the paddock. Ground, I'm not quite sure whether he'd like the ground.
Flora of Bermuda, Jason.
Third in this last year, ran an absolute stormer. She was sort of the unlucky contender, wasn't she, throughout a lot of occasions last season, and good return win.
Where do you stand on Jolly Star?
I actually heard the other day that she didn't travel over all that well. They had a few concerns over her when she landed, but since she's been here, she's done really well and improved a lot. I don't know, is there a slight nervous vibe coming from the Chris Waller stable? She's a 5-time Group 1 winner back in Australia, and that includes her last 2 starts, which are both Group 1s.
And 2 more fillies, Saida Darian in the Jabba Abdullah colours, and the Commonwealth Cup hero from last year, Time for Sandals, who runs again. To you, Brian.
The market says it's Australia versus Japan. Jolie Star 2-1, 3-1 to Tona Rev, Lake Forest 13-2. Late money each way for Comanche Brave, 12-1 to 8-1.
There is the favourite, Saturno Rev. He's a gorgeous-looking horse. He's got an awful lot of top line about him. He's got quite a long back, and he's got a real swagger about him. He's just coming forward. He'll be going into stall 18. Ryan Moore just sitting very, very quietly on him. No neck strap, you'll notice. But the horse isn't platted, so he'll be able to just grab hold of a little bit of mane. But they're loading pretty quickly, given some of these horses are a little bit edgy. It's so close and so muggy down here, but it's hard not to love this Saturno Rev. He is gorgeous.
One of the races the Japanese would so love to win. Likewise, the Arc. Ireland have won it 18 times, Australia a couple of times, Black Caviar and Choisir. Hong Kong have won it. America have won it, but never Japan. Satono Rev goes forward.
I'm guessing we don't need to talk about the draw and where they're going to come, do we? Do we think they can win from anywhere now?
Oh, well, I mean, there's plenty of pace. I think there's pace up and down. I'm going to give a shout out to Flora Bermuda. I think she could run well at a big price. She seems to like these big races.
Yeah, she deserves a Group 1, doesn't she? She's run so well in so many. This is her 9th Group 1. Cardem did it in 2023 and 2024. Big price again. Christophe Soumillon hoping for a change of luck. And the far side, Sagir for Oisin Murphy, who had that luck finally in the last. Luke.
Yeah, just Sagir has just been a little bit mulish. She's not wanting to go forward. Oh. Through those stalls handlers, that's how dangerous it could be. That's actually Mark Pittman, as I said, the former jump jockey. He's the guy sat down. Whether he got caught there, he's obviously feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Hopefully he's okay. The doctor will be having a look at him. But Cardem, of course, cannot go in. He has to go in very, very late. Oh, now here we go. It's all kicking off now. One of the Wathanan horses. That's James Dorr. That looks like James Dorr. They'll be taking that horse out. There's a lot of... You can see James just come back there. Flora of Bermuda. Looks... She's just rearing again. This is nervy times. James is going to get back on. The 2 stalls handlers, 2 of Craig Witherford's men have gone either side. Oh, she's going again. I tell you what, you've got to be brave to be doing this. That horse is 500 kilos plus. Last one to go forward is Cardem. Oh, she's still giving it a go. And of course, Cardem's got to go in behind. Let's go and join the team.
Well, Flora Bermuda has lots of history of stall trial. I'm very surprised they haven't taken her out to have a look at it. But anyway, we're all set for the QE2 Jubilee Stakes. And they're off and racing, and after all that, quite a good line. Regional with his customary flying start. The Aussies well to the fore with Overpass and also Jolly Star. Satono Rev's leading a breakaway group towards the stand side with Time for Sandals. Jasur is fighting the rider with Saida Dadaran, and also towards the back of that group is Stolen Kiss. Regional leads Ram Ram over on the far side. Overpass Jolly Star up the centre. Satono Rev, the very keen Jasur, and Comanche Brave. But then behind these is Almarak just ahead of Lou Gal in the cross belts. Time for Sandals, the stripes, then Carter midfield. Saida Darian comes next. Sajir just ahead of Great Wish, more towards the back early on. The likes of Flora Bermuda is currently just towards the back of the pack in the mid division, and Lake Forest also has quite a bit to do in company with Kinda Blue. It's Regional from Jolly Star, who's moving up stylishly. Satono Rev being asked for the effort. Overpass is there as well as the international runners come to the fore with Lugal as well. It is Jolly Star, Lugal on the far side, Overpass and Satono Rev. Regional, Almarak, and flying home on the near side. Stolen Kiss, Jolly Star, Satono Rev, a neck down, trying to spoil the party. It's Stolen Kiss, Jolly Star, Almarak, Satono Rev, go for the line with Stolen Kiss, a drop of the heads. Almarak on the far side, Satono Rev, Jolly Star, and Stolen Kiss, but was it that order? Very close indeed. Almarak's on the far side with Satono Rev. Between the pair, Jolly Star and Stolen Kiss, Almarak and Satono Rev, I think, are just the two with Jolly Star. Oh, Satono Rev diving at Almarak. Jolly Star, I'm pretty sure, is third, with Stolen Kiss probably fourth. Lake Forest made late ground in fifth. What a finish. Almarak on the far side in the blue colours. Satono Rev have Japan heartbreakingly just come up short again, or have they at least got a share of the spoils? Jolly Star for Australia ran a great race. Stolen Kiss for France. The international finish for the QE2 in the hands of the judge.
Oh, we've had some thrilling races this week, and that's got to be right up there. In the Marathon Gold Cup, it was a thriller. This is in the sprint, and we wait. Will it be number one, Almarak? Or will it be, finally, a win for Japan on Satono Rev? Can you call it, Jason?
No, I mean, your eye was drawn to that horse there in the Sheikh Hamdan colours, wasn't it? There's a real bob down towards the line.
As soon as they crossed the line, we all went Almarak, didn't we? But now, as you see that, you think, awesome.
Here's the result of the photo finish for first place. First, number one, Almarak.
Almarak wins in the colours of Shadwell Estate. Tom Marquand for William Haggis, who's having a dream week. It's number 4 for Haggis. The Hills boys on the scene to congratulate. Your immediate thoughts go to Jim Crowley for so many different reasons. He was so nearly ready, Jim, to get to the Royal Ascot. Look how close it was. The wait goes on for Japan. Oh, my goodness.
And we're talking about the draw, aren't we? Look at him from stall number 11. All the jockeys shunned the stand side rail again, decided to come down towards the centre.
It was a big call to ride this horse from Tom Marquand. He would have had the option of this or Lake Forest. And from a training perspective, look, he won a listed race on his return. He's now been put into Group 1 company. He was the unlucky horse that fell at York, giving Jim Crowley that injury, which he is still recovering from. He'll be watching this, I'm sure, very proud of the horse.
Oh, absolutely. I remember last year there was a lot of talk about this horse, and I think the way they campaigned him quite patiently, didn't want to overface him too quickly, and now they're going to reap the rewards this year.
What a thrilling race we have just seen. You saw the reaction of all involved with Almarak as they crossed the line, and the fist pump of celebration from Tom Marquand. What was that like, Tom?
Unbelievable. And I'm not I'm not just saying this for effect. Genuinely, my first thought when I thought I'd won was for Jim. This horse and him both took horrid falls at the back end of last year. You know, Jim's fighting for his career. So, you know, Jim's is great to have him here. You know, he's fighting for his career. He should be aboard this horse. It's his, and you know, a testament to this lad's attitude for taking a fall like that, and you know, the Somerville Lodge team are unbelievable. They've done it with Tiber Flow when he had a heavy fall, brought him back. That's what they do, and I'm blessed to be riding for them. This is a wonderful day, obviously for Shaker Hisa too, but genuinely, you know, for Jim, this is as hard as it gets missing Group 1s, and great to have him here, and hopefully he can find a bit of pleasure of seeing this lad get up off the ground and win a big one.
Well done, Tom. I'm going to let you go, and I'm sure everyone will be talking, but I'm going to go to Jim. Jim, Tom, as he crossed the line, he said his first thought crossing the line was of you.
Oh, that's very kind. Great to see the horse win. I mean, great training performance to get him back. You know, obviously he hit the ground that day, same as me. So marvellous training performance to get him back.
Jim, get yourself back on the race course. But a lot of people here happy for you as well, and hoping we'll see you back on a racehorse soon.
Top man, thank you. Thank you.
Real class from the man on board, Tom Marquand and Jim Crowley. How that must hurt. The irony of that for this man. And being with the Injured Jockeys Fund and know how hard he's working, Jim. We can't wait to see you back. But this is Tom's moment. Yesterday, the Haggises fought off the Royal Runner. Today, they fought off the international runners. America and Japan involved in the finish. Agony for Satono Rev. But this is Almarak's day. And when you see this, Jason, William and Maureen go to 4 winners this week, a fabulous week.
Yes.
The lead is 6. Sabre Strike, the favourite in the Wokingham to come.
Bin Harir. That's how much it meant to Tom. That's Richard there as well.
Notice I say the Hills brothers.
Yes,
I can't
you
tell the
did.
difference.
You did. Well, that's Richard. That's Richard. And obviously they were super disappointed, the Shadwell team yesterday. But amazing time for that operation as well, with Baid in the stallion shed and going so close yesterday with 2 lean. This is where they want to be.
And what about Japan, Jason? Remember the orfèvre moment. All of you watching in Japan, our heart goes out to you. So close. Let's confirm the result.
Well, they say racing is a sport of ups and downs. This was downs and ups, wasn't it? Because Almarak, the horse that gave Jim that nasty fall, and he has bounced back with a vengeance. What a gutsy horse he must be, and how the major races this week have delivered regularly. That was a truly memorable 4-horse finish. Stolen Kiss beaten, less than half a length in 4th. So it's a win for Almarak, and that is the 8th Group 1 in the last 3 seasons in this country, Sprint Group 1, to have gone to a horse priced at 16 to 1 or over. 25 to 1 Almarak, 5 to 2 Satono Rev, just comes up short. Jolly Star, who ran her heart out for James McDonald, 15 to 8 favourite, and Stolen Kiss right alongside them at 33 to 1. What a thrilling race for the Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee Stakes.
It was a thrilling race, Richard, and I can't find too many hard look stories either. I mean, when they came from the stalls, Satono Rev was on this side, Ryan Moore was looking across. There's your winner, Almarak, right behind Jolie Star in the yellow and black. Ryan dragged the runners on the stand side to the middle. Jasur was too free. Regional was blowing along in front. But it ended up being, because they went to the middle, there is no hard look story. Everyone gets the run they want when they want to get it. So you pick them up here as they head down. There's Alexi coming on Stolen Kiss. Satono Rev looks like he's coming with a right challenge. Jolie Star in the middle, the filly is battling hard, and Tom Marquand's going to get Almarak running, but there's no one gets stopped, no hard look story. Everyone all out going in a straight line, everyone's staying within the rules as well. When it gets this tight of a finish, all of these jockeys rode within the rules, and Almarak sticks his head in front, literally on the line.
And when you watch that back, the one set of punters who didn't get a run for their money were the punters who backed Flora of Bermuda. I'm slightly surprised she even took part what happened in the stalls, and then James Doyle effectively pulled her up. We'll try and find out if she's okay.
Yeah, I think it was just waiting in the stalls there for Sajir to come forward, and Cardham as well. That was unfortunate for them. Actually watching that back, Lake Forest ran an absolute screamer. William Haggis wouldn't have known where to look. Let's go back and find Matt.
Well, what a horse race that was, and William Haggis will be clearly delighted. We just lost the trainer for a moment. He's just over here, huffing and puffing, taking it all in. Early in the week, William, you said we've seen one of the greatest Royal Ascot races when we had that terrific Ascot Gold Cup. I think we've just matched it.
Yeah, it was a great race. I was so busy watching both of them because Lake Forest was coming from the back and finding a seam, and I thought Almerac was gone because he was off the bridle at halfway, but he obviously stayed on very well. And again, I'm very sorry. It would have been lovely to celebrate a Japanese winner, but I'm delighted to win.
Yes, I can see your heart bleeds for the nations you've been.
It's terrific that these people come across the world to race here and support our biggest carnivals. So I'm sorry they didn't win. I'm delighted to beat them, but long may it continue that they come from Australia and from Japan.
Well said. This is a very lightly raced horse. Has he been straightforward, or have there been issues along the way?
As you know, he had a fall at York last year when poor Jim got injured and another jockey. And he took a long time to come back. And it's been gently this spring, and he won nicely at Salisbury, but this was a completely different jump in class, and he's managed to cope with it well. He's a beautiful horse. We've always loved him. Big, strong, powerful horse. And I think he'll get better because he's pretty lightly raced, and I hope he'll get better.
One for the July Cup later on, is that the natural?
I would think for sure. We have Elmon Jed in the same ownership at Shadwell. And may I say how thrilled I am for Shadwell. I've been involved with them for quite some time now, and to get a Group 1 winner on the biggest stage for Shadwell is terrific.
Yeah. You've had a terrific week. You've done very well at Royal Ascot, but the fact that this is only your second Group 1 winner at the Royal Meeting after Baaid kind of shows how difficult it is to win at this very, very top level. Hugely satisfying.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for you for reminding all the viewers of my poor form in Group 1s here. But yeah, it's very difficult, and yeah, it's very hard for all of us. Everyone's trying to compete, and you know, we're pleased to win them.
Some of your lodge's poor form is still usually better than most other people's. And finally, William, of course, this is fantastic, but doesn't it just set us up for Sabre Strike in the Jersey?
Oh dear. Well, let's hope he runs well.
Well done, old boy.
Thanks.
Well, it was a thrilling finish for the Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee Stakes, but just missing out in a bob of the heads, Jolly Star. Chris, what is your reaction to that effort?
Well, delighted that she turned up and performed very well. Fought out a brave finish, typical of the week. We've seen some great finishes, and unfortunately that was one of them that we missed on. But look, it was just an honour to be here. My only fear coming into the race was to make sure she brought her Australian form here and stand up, and she really did us proud. We didn't win today, but she certainly got her admirers, and yeah, that's international racing.
When she cruised into contention, furlong and a half out, got her head in front, did you think she was going to put the race to bed?
I thought we had to ask her a little bit early than I would have liked, and it would have been nice to put a length, not her head on them. So I knew it was going to be tough the last 400 metres, and she was brave, and literally just missed in the last 20, 30 yards. So it was a great effort.
Can I just ask about your experience? And obviously, I know you've travelled the world, you've had some great times. What's unique about this one?
It's world stage, and we travelled so far, put so much into it, and to get it right on the day, I was extremely proud pre-race. I was trembling pre-race, and that's what it means. It means you got to get your horse here in the best possible condition, race against the best. Yes, international horses come to Australia, but for us doing it in reverse, yeah, we did ourselves proud. We almost got it right.
Almost. Come back and try again. We'd love to see that.
We will. We'll be proud to be back.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, it was an international race. Even the Danish horses ran a screamer in sick. They'll be so proud of Great Wish. And so good to see Shaker Hisser here for Shadwell. And here she comes to collect the prize for the Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee Stakes from Her late Majesty's son, the King, and Queen Camilla with the trophy for a race that dates back to 1868. What a horse race that was. I'm pleased for Salisbury. You know I love Salisbury, where the winner won last time. And Jason, the other jockey that William Haggis referred to in that horrible incident at York, Trevor Whelan, we really hope he's on good form too.
Trevor, well, you saw Jim wasn't walking sound. Trevor is having a torrid time at the moment, multiple operations. The jockey there, Tom, you think about Holly, his wife at the moment. She's on the sidelines, back in the gym working her upper body at the moment, although she can't move one of her legs. So yeah, just thinking of all the team, wishing them the best on that route back.
And this is a big one for the Shadwell operation, because we're so used to seeing their colours so successful in so many different places at the top level, but it's very much a slimmed down operation these days. And to have fewer numbers but still be able to target these big races. We heard El Monjed might be going to the July Cup as well, and hopefully this guy Almarak can keep improving. It's a big call to come here on only his 7th start, and he's obviously come out of that fall last year in fine shape. He's a gorgeous looking horse and a really important part of the Shadwell operation.
I think it's Andrew Tinkler, former jump jockey who rides Almarak at home.
Oh, that squad, that operation.
He'll get to sit on some good horses.
Oh, well, not just to sit on good horses, just the way it is run, the team, the vets, the whole squad. It's remarkable. There's the lucky guy. He gets to sit on them. He'll talk it down. He's a wonderful rider.
But as he said, it's Jim's ride in those colours.
Yeah, but
and typical of Tom, he's a good guy, isn't he?
Yeah, Aussie Tom, Pommy Tom, wherever he goes, he seems to be successful. And back home, that's a big one for him.
You see him on Instagram, and he's an absolute fitness fanatic. He could go in the Tour de France, I think, the way he cycles.
Fitness fanatic and a great cook by the looks of it. I'm
yes.
very jealous Paul can't cook a thing, but Tom seems to be
quite a
dab hand on the barbecue by the looks of it.
I hope he's a good nurse as well with Holly.
And
she'll be
Francesca
itching to get
right,
back.
Saying about the operation, slim down, but Baid and the Stallion Shed, Sheikh Hamdan with all his multiple top-level successes, looking for that superstar sire, maybe Baid for Sheikh Hissa.
Yes, it's such a shame he's not around anymore to see this success at the top level. Sheikha Hissa, however, hugely passionate about it, enjoys her racing immensely, very much involved, and this a great moment for all of them. Let's head out and see where Ollie's found himself.